Long ago, beyond rolling hills and golden fields, there stood a quiet village named Riverstone. The people of Riverstone lived simple lives, farming the land and sharing stories by lantern light. But every night, fear settled over the village like a heavy fog. High above the mountains lived a dragon. The villagers called him the Mountain Shadow. They said his wings blocked the sun and his roar shook the earth. Parents warned their children, "Be home before dark, or the dragon will come." Yet, no one had ever truly seen him, except a young girl named Ellen. Ellen was curious and kind, with eyes full of questions. She had never believed the dragon was evil, only misunderstood. One evening, while gathering herbs near the forest edge, Ellen heard a low, trembling sound. It was not a roar. It sounded like pain. She followed the sound up a narrow path into the mountains. The air grew colder and the sky darkened. Then she saw him. The dragon was enormous, with scales the color of deep emeralds and eyes glowing like soft ember. One of his wings was torn and bleeding. Ellen should have run, but she didn't. "You're hurt," she said softly. The dragon lowered his head, surprised. "I did not mean to frighten you," he said in a deep, gentle voice. "I tried to fly and failed." Ellen swallowed her fear and stepped closer. "My name is Ellen," she said. "What is yours?" The dragon hesitated. "No one has asked me that in a very long time," he replied. "I am Oren." Ellen cleaned his wound with herbs and water. Oren winced, but did not move. "You don't sound like a monster," Ellen said. Oren sighed. "I was born powerful," he said, "so they feared me. Fear turned into stories. Stories turned into hate." Days passed. Ellen visited Oren every evening, bringing food and stories from the village. Slowly, his wing healed. Meanwhile, something terrible happened in Riverstone. Dark clouds gathered, and the river began to rise. Heavy rain flooded the fields, and the dam cracked under pressure. The villagers panicked. "Our homes will be destroyed," they cried. Ellen looked toward the mountain. She ran to Oren. "The village is in danger," she said. "They need help." Oren's eyes darkened. "They fear me," he said. "If I appear, they may attack." "But they need you," Ellen replied, "and you are strong." Oren looked at his healed wings, then at Ellen. "I will help," he said, "not to be loved, but because it is right." That night, the storm raged. As the dam began to break, a great shadow crossed the sky. The villagers screamed until they saw the dragon using his massive body to block the rushing water. His wings pushed debris aside, and his fire hardened to the cracked stones. By morning, the flood was stopped. The dragon stood silently, waiting. No one attacked. An elder stepped forward. "You saved us," he said. "We were wrong." Oren bowed his head. "I only wished to protect the land," he said. From that day on, Riverstone no longer feared the mountain, and the dragon was no longer a shadow. He was a guardian.